Hello and welcome to another video of Debt Free Famous, where the conversation is always money and we're talking about what's the best way, fastest way to pay off all debts to get to the ultimate goal, financial freedom. My name is Mickey Florvillis, and for today's question is this: do you want a big tax refund or do you want a bigger paycheck? Let's jump right in. Now, when I first started working, I got my first job, 16 years old, at Winn-Dixie. The first thing that my parents taught me how to do, at least in my lesson of work, was to make sure when I was filling out the paperwork for my W-4 to claim zero. Now, the biggest reason, one, is because I was a dependent and I had to make sure I did that right so they can exercise that tax credit. But the other reason why is so I can get a little bit of refund. And from there, as I grew older, that's all I ever claimed. I'm like, that's what I thought I had to do, was to withhold at zero and get a tax refund. So every January or February, we get our W-2s. We're excited to see it, and then we're trying to go do our taxes in hopes to get a refund. Now, at this point of being debt free, that's not what I agree with, and that's not what I think you should do. I think you should get a bigger paycheck instead of a big tax refund. So how's that's done? So pretty much just to explain like why you get a tax refund. If you don't know, it's pretty much because you overpaid in taxes to the government. And then they're just giving you your money back. So throughout the year, you just paid too much. They held on to your money interest free. And now at the end of the year, they say like, hey, my bad, I held your money. Here's your money back. And it comes in a tax refund. What I believe is the best thing to do, especially if you're trying to get out of debt, we want to maximize and use every dollar that we can find to pay off debts. So what's a better way? What better way than your own paycheck and using the dollar from that to pay off your debts? So that's what I do. That's what I exercise right now. For I think since 2015, I made that change in my employment, in my paycheck, to make sure that I'm maximizing as much money as possible and paying the government just what I owe them and never too much. So when I go into tax season and I go to file refund, like I am celebrating if I hear the number be very, very, very close to zero, of receiving zero and not owing the government anything, because that means I maximize on all the dollars that I can have in my paycheck. Because what better way for me to pay off debt? And that's how I sort of moved faster in paying off debts. So let's give off some numbers. Let's give off some example of what that means or what you can save. So if you got, let's just say, I'm just throwing out there, 3400 dollars refund, you could have almost saved or at least gotten $300 a month in your paycheck, nearly $300 a month in your paycheck, or get a big refund at the end. I think it's a lot smarter to get that $300 in your paycheck, because that $300 can go to debts and pay it down faster. And like most debts, most of them is accruing interest. So if you are paying that money down now, you're also saving on how much interest you're paying instead of waiting until later. Because you do have some people who get a large refund. It's like, well, I'm going to put all of that towards my debt. Great for you. That's a great decision. But maximize the way to save off on interest as well by paying it early and paying it now and paying it down throughout the year instead of in the springtime, when we get our tax refund. So the question, like, is to go change your allowances and your tax refund. And you might have to look it up. You have to do some math. I can't tell you like what your math is to make sure it's perfect, but take a look at your past year taxes and see how much money you actually been getting. If you've been getting a big tax refund, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 back, you have an opportunity to make some changes to your paycheck and actually just get more. And there's no better feeling to feel like you get paid more for when you're working, and also a better way to maximize how much you got in your paycheck to pay off your debts. So that's my lesson for today. That's my thought, is Is it better to get a big tax refund or a bigger paycheck? My thought is always to get a bigger paycheck so you can pay off your debts as fast as you can. So thanks for watching. Thank you guys for the support that you've been giving to me. If you continue to want to support me, just continue to like my page, share the video, talk about it with your friends, and talk about money. And at all, there's always talk about money with your family, your spouses, and your friends, and make sure you're on the right track to getting out of debt and getting to that ultimate goal, financial freedom. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.